Anyone attracted to women? Is asexuality a turn-off? You should be honest with potential partners. It will turn many of them off. But remember, that's okay. You want to find someone you're compatible with. And if they are turned off by that, then it's good to find out early. Just be cautious. The people that are totally cool having sex with you when you're not into it might be pretty selfish. In more ways than just physical. Find other asexuals to date. I've dated an asexual person in the past who wanted to have sex for my sake, and it was awful. It feels really bad to have sex with someone you know isn't enjoying it. It will really depends on your attitude. Doing it for my sake sounds like a turn off, but if you're really a people pleaser and you are still enthusiastic about it even though it isn't for you, then I think it's fine. But if it's just, here's my body, do sex to it and let me know when you're finished, that will get old very fast. The answer is that most people want a healthy, engaging sex life. If you think you can do that, then asexuality isn't the biggest deal. If you can't, it may take you some time to find someone with compatible views. Personally, that would be a deal breaker. It would be a turn-off to some, but not all. Personally, I would not be with an asexual person as I do not think we are compatible. But I am not everyone. You can for sure find someone where this is not an issue at all, or might even be asexual themselves as well. For me, it is. I personally feel like sex without trying to please the other person is no different from using a sex doll. The entire point is to have the back and forth with your partner. And if my partner just isn't into it, there's no way I can be into it. Maybe there is a place to date other asexuals? I'm not sure, but good luck. I wish you the best. To me, personally, yes. When my wife and I have sex, seeing her get turned on turns me on too. It's a glorious loop. That said, I can't speak for everyone, and I believe there is someone out there for everyone. I'm a woman. Basically all the heterosexual men that I know have essentially said, over the years, that they really care that their partner actively wants sex with them. Most mainstream porn even includes explicit signs the woman is seriously enjoying it. Over-the-top faces and sounds, cheesy dialogue, etc. If guys didn't care, they wouldn't bother including it. The chick would just show up and let him. And looking at that would be enough. But the woman wanting it is a key part of the fantasy. Not just her shape, look. Maybe you can find someone that really doesn't care for legitimate passion. Like hyper-religious guys with a lot of hang-ups. Physically needs sex but hates himself for needing it. Probably better to just find a partner that doesn't want sex or value it. Like another asexual person? I wouldn't want to date someone who wasn't sexually attracted to me, and who only had sex as some form of maintenance and not as an experience we both want to enjoy and get turned on by. I'm sure there are people who would be into the situation you describe though. As someone who cares a lot about what their partner feels, I personally would perceive the sex being done as pity or obligation. I would feel like my sexual urges, needs were a burden. All that proves is we're not compatible for a romantic relationship. And that's okay, of course. Bored and ignored is a kink to some people. I would venture to guess that for the majority of people attracted to women, having that woman want you sexually is about the biggest turn-on there is. Sexual life for people with that perspective would be unfulfilling and eventually alienating if the woman didn't or couldn't genuinely want them. That said, I'm sure there are some who would be a perfect match for you. Probably another ace. Just be open about your truth once sexuality enters the relationship. I mean, other asexual people exist as well. as well as people who don't necessarily care all that much about sex in a relationship. If your relationship is solely based around sex drive, it probably won't go very far to begin with. The notion that you don't actually want to would be a real bummer. I also have to wonder how often you'll agree to have sex if you're just doing it for my benefit. It could get old for you to put up with it. I hope you find everything you're looking for in life, but a partner with a regular sex drive may not be it. Complete turn off. Not necessarily a turn off, but I'm a very sexual human. The connection made with my partner, though sex is important to me. So I don't feel I could have a healthy relationship with an asexual individual. I wouldn't date someone who doesn't want to have sex with me. Absolutely zero people want to have pity sex with an ace person. Find a relationship where sex isn't on the table and both parties are aware and happy with it. My girl is asexual, but she enjoys sex and still gets horny sometimes as hormones dictate. Yes, there is something missing compared to a woman who desires me in that way, and that does suck. But we have a fairly normal sex life. I think the biggest problem at the start was not knowing what ace was and assuming it automatically meant sex repulsed like a lot of ace are. When it was explained to me that like it still feels good, she just doesn't really think about it in the same way as I do, then that was better.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.